Hello again, this is Connor with Unison, and we have another chord progression analysis video up for today. We're going to be taking a look at 3 tracks from a producer named Diplo: Lonely, Genius, and Where Are You Now? If you're new here, what I've done is figured out the chords by ear, recreated the progression in my DAW, added some drums and melodies where necessary to help hear the chords better, and then I talk about how to think about the chords and use them in your own music. So let's get into it. Up first is a track called Lonely. We have B flat in the bass and D flat up top. So these two notes are a minor third apart from each other, right? Like if I move the B flat up an octave, B flat to D flat is its minor third. So this chord is, these two notes, this dyad is implying a chord, it's implying B flat minor. So that's what we're going to think about. The one chord is B flat minor. We're moving down to F, and we're going to play its minor third with it. So A flat, this is F minor. This is B flat's 5 chord, diatonic 5 chord, and then we're moving up to its diatonic 6 chord, which is G flat. We're playing this as major. We're moving down to D flat, and we're playing its major third up top. So this is D flat major. This is the flat 3 chord of the key, and then we're moving down to A flat. This is flat 7, and we're playing its third up top. Okay, so far we have B flat minor to F minor to G flat major, right? D flat major to A flat major. That's how it starts. The first section repeats again with B flat minor to F minor to G flat major. And then again we go down to D flat major, but then we go back up to F minor to finish the little line off. So the progression is relatively simple. We have diatonic chords. If you guys watch my other videos, you would have learned that. Diatonic means all of these chords come from the same generating scale. There's no notes in these chords that are outside of the key of B flat minor. So how we want to think about this is in terms of numbers. If you guys know me by now, that's how we want to think about everything, because it enables us to play in any key that we want. So in my mind, when I think about this progression, I'm thinking this is 1 to 5 to flat 6, flat 3, flat 7. 1, 5, flat 6, flat 3, 5. So if we wanted to do this in another key, how would that look? Let's do it in the key of A minor. I always choose A minor or C major if it's the relative major, because there's no sharps or flats. It's just white keys, so it's a little bit easier to think about. So in A minor, remember that we were playing 1, 5, flat 6, flat 3, flat 7. Can't sing that note. We want to do the same thing here in A minor. So its 1 would be A minor. And I'm going to play everything within the same octave, so it's a little bit easier to understand. So A minor, E minor, F major, right? Then we're going down to A's flat 3, which would be C, and then we're going down to G. So just white keys and thirds. That's all that's happening here. Down to C, and then we finish it off by moving back up to 5, so that'd be E minor. An important takeaway from this is to see yet again that you don't need to write hyper advanced chord progressions with 9s and 11s and whatever in them to write good music. Simplicity is always good for the most part. Up next is Genius. I could not resist adding a drum and bass beat to it. That sounds really cool, actually. I got the beat from our free Unison Essentials drum loops pack. I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can check this out on your own. Okay, let's take a look at the chords from Genius. It's in the key of B minor, and that's the chord we start on. So root position, B in the bass, B minor up top. And then happens a move that I noticed time and time again lately, where the bass note walks down a half step, right? So to the 7 of the key, and then we're playing a first inversion major chord. We're going to play the 5 chord. So B's 5 is F sharp. So we're going to play F sharp over A sharp. This guy. I know in my chord diagram preview, it's saying G flat major over B flat. That's one way to think about it. We're going to think that it is F sharp, though, since we're in the key of B, right? Because F is B's 5, B, C, D, E, F. We're going to say F sharp, not G flat, just so you guys know. So F sharp major, first inversion, and then this goes back and forth a few times, right? So B minor, F sharp, B minor, F sharp. Bass note walks down another half step. This is A. We're going to play root position here. So this is the flat 7 chord of the key, A major. Walking down another half step. So this is getting cool now. G sharp in the bass, and we're going to play E major. So let's add those notes above. We need an E, G sharp, and a B. So if we're in the key of B, what is E, right? So B, C, D, E. So this is 4, but we're playing it major. So that's a cool sound, actually. 4 major, first inversion. Bass note walks down again to G, and we're just going to play a root position G chord here. Bass note is now walking all the way down to C sharp, and we're going to play C sharp major. So this is 2 of the key. This is an interesting chord, actually, classical kind of thing going on here. So C sharp major, then we're moving up to F sharp major. This is like 2 major going to 5 major, and then we're back to 1 again. Inversions are chords where the root is not in the bass. So either the 3rd note of the chord or the 5th note of the chord is in the bass instead. So I wanted to give a quick reminder of the importance of actually playing these chords. Just listening to me talk about them isn't going to do anything. So I have the chords on the screen here. You can pause it, actually try to play them and finger these chords and think about it. Think about what notes you're playing. Think about what key you're in, what scale degree you're on. All this sort of stuff is very important. So please do that. This is Where Are You Now? Where Are You Now? Chords. C major, E minor, D major, up to G major, back to C major. That's it. Pretty easy. Let's talk about the key for a second. It may, at first glance, seem like we're in the key of C because we're starting on a C chord and then we're moving up to E minor, so this would be 3, but then we're moving down to D major. And in the key of C, D minor is usually the 2 chord. So probably not in the key of C because D is major. So it makes more sense that we're actually in the key of G and we're starting on the 4 chord because G, A, B, C. So this is actually 4. E is actually 6. D is 5. And then this is 1. See, if I kind of played out of context, G feels like home. That's how I'm thinking about it. So 4, 6, 5, 1, 4. So as we can see, chord progressions don't need to start on the 1 chord. You can start on other chords in the key and play around with that. So that's a good idea to do. Okay, let's change keys now. So we're in the key of G here. So let's move this into the key of C. So we're going to start on C's 4 chord, just like we did with the original track. So what is C's 4 chord? So this would be F. So we're going to start on F major. And then we move to the 6 chord. So that'll be A minor. Then we're moving to 5. So this will be G major. And then we move to 1 on the very end, which is C major. So as you can see, I'm always trying to drill home this way of thinking, right? What is the key center and what scale degrees are we playing the chords on? This way we can play in any key and it doesn't really matter as long as you think like that. Okay, well that was a lot of fun as usual. It's always nice to take a look at chord progressions and turn them into principles so that we can apply that to our own music, which is always the purpose of these videos that I do. This week we had some relatively simple chord progressions. There was just triads, right? Just 3-note chords the whole time. So it's a good takeaway to see that, as always, the progressions don't need to be harmonically complex to be interesting, right? It's how we use the chords. That's the whole point here. If you had any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below and I'll get back to you there. To access any of our free material, you can head over to our website, which is unison.audio. Click the free packs button, which will bring you to this page. There are free packs from melody loops, we have bass loops, there's drum kits, there's MIDI drum kits, Surum presets, Omnisphere presets. You guys can check this out on your own at unison.audio. And that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.